Joining me now is the goal scorer of the all-important league clincher against QPR in '85, Derek Mountfield. First and foremost, I've just got to ask, like, I was doing my research, obviously. I was born in '98, unfortunately, didn't get to experience any of it.
I can tell you're born in '98.
But how many goals do you get in that '84, '85 season?
Not enough.
15?
Not enough.
How are you scoring that many from centre-half?
Quality service. If you've got Trevor, Steve and Kevin Sheedy putting balls in the right areas and Andy Gray, me, Sharp making different runs, you're going to score goals. I could have got 20 plus that season. And with the own goals, probably 30. But no, it was just quality service. I used to be a striker as a youngster till I was about 13, 14. And so it was the instinct still there.
Did you get that many in training?
Oh, I love scoring goals in training. I love scoring goals full stop. We didn't work on it. I just knew the balls in my area. I'd do my best to get my head, my foot, my backside, my nose, my hand, anything. They got this, like the goal against QPR. VR would now give it as a dubious goal to the goalkeeper as an own goal. But I'm claiming it. It's in the books. It's at the back of his head. It's gone in. I don't care. No, we didn't specifically work on it, but we always did shooting practice and training. So I always joined in there, crossing and finish. I joined in. So, but I maintain it's all down to the service. When I went to Aston Villa, I had Gordon Cowan doing the same down there, and I got 17, 18 goals at Villa in 3 years.
Fair enough.
It's all about quality service. Sometimes you see boys now, they can't even beat the first man. We had quality delivering all the time.
And still only, at the end of that season, I think still only like the fourth highest goal scorer.
I think I was joint fifth, yeah. I think
fourth or fifth?
I think Sharpie, Trevor, Sheeds and Andy beat me, I think. I might be level with Inchy. Inchy played half a season, didn't he?
That's a testament to how balanced that's.
But you look at the 6 players in double figures. Now some teams don't even get a centre forward getting 12 goals a season, never mind 14. If I'm known for my goal scoring, I'd like to be known for defending at the same time.
Very true, very true. And just to move on, I hesitate to mention it, but you look at Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool right now and how much it means to him, seeing him, achieve what he's achieving the other side of the park. How was it for you as a local lad coming through in that side and reaching those heights?
For me, I still pinch myself to believe it happened to this young lad who was born in Tewkesbury, brought up on the Whittle, had a season ticket on the street end till the 81 season when I got in the first team at Tranmere at 19. And you start thinking, wow, what does it mean to me? Well, I've got a piece of paper at home and it's my contract, and that means more to me than anything else. That said that I'd played for Everton, I'd signed for Everton Football Club. Not I'd played for them, I'd signed, that was enough for me.
Yeah.
The next 6 years were just, whoa, what's happening here? It's like, it's a real dream, pinch myself, honoured to have signed, but delighted to have done what I did for the team and the club. I didn't see it coming. I don't speak to Andy, Reedy, Trevor, we never saw what happened coming. But to be part of that team as a Blue, with my mates on the street end, in the same spot we used to stand as kids, it's still quite surreal for me to think about it.
As it happens, as you mentioned, like, you can't really process it, because like when you look at that fixture list from that time, just thick and fast, isn't it?
It was game. It was Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. No breaks, no Lucozades, no massages, no energy drinks. It was pints of lager, cups of tea and steak on a Friday night. It was all the wrong things, but when you're winning games, you're successful, you could eat all the wrong things and drink all the wrong things.
Yeah.
You want to play football, you want to win, you want to keep that momentum rolling.
Yeah.
And we kept it going for the best part of 3.5 seasons.
I know we fell short in that '85 FA Cup campaign. Obviously, won it the year before.
Yep.
Out of those cup runs that we achieved, and obviously the title-winning campaign, and obviously in '87 again, if you could take your pick out of the one that meant most to you, what would it be?
The one that means most to me is the first one.
FA Cup.
And that, winning the FA Cup, but I've done today interviews, but the Milk Cup final in '84, we got to the final and we went, hey, we're good enough.
Yeah.
We might have lost it, but that was the incentive and impetus for us to kick on to the next one. And by reaching the Milk Cup final, we then kept it going and reached the FA Cup final and won it, and that was the start of what it was. But for me, the first one's the best one to win. It's the hardest one to win. I know that you say that it's only a 7-game sprint.
Yeah.
And the marathon is the league of 42 in those days, but the FA Cup was the first trophy Everton won in 14, 15 years. And to be part of it, I thought, oh, this is great, I've won something. Never expected the following season to be even better.
Yeah.
And again, it was a dream, and I think that was, but the Milk Cup final was the catalyst. You know, we might have won the FA Cup, but getting to the Milk Cup final and pushing Liverpool so far and so hard, that proved that we could do it. And then we just went from there. It was just a progressive, we're better. We've got a belief, we're going to keep going. We looked after each other on the field of play and off the field of play. We worked hard in training. Colin Harvey's standards were so high that you do it right in training, you do it right on a Saturday. You're not sloppy in training, you get sloppy on a Saturday. And everything just went from one to one to one. And I look back now and I still can't believe what we did in such a short space of time. But it was, for me as an Everton fan, it was joyful. It was a dream come true for me. And my mates loved it because they didn't have to rush out and purchase tickets from the shop. They got the tickets off me every week for the cup final, so they were made up with it.
Brilliant, and obviously you mentioned all those successes behind you for all of that. Neville Southall, best goalkeeper in the world at the
rubbish.
time.
Complete and utter rubbish until I played in front of him, and I made him the best of the world. I gave him lots to do. No, Neville, we talk about Neville all the time. If you look at Neville now and you see the size of him, I remember the last picture of him playing for Bradford City when he was slightly overweight. It does him no justice.
No.
From 84 onwards, for best part of 10 years, for me he was the best in the world. Schmeichel's probably the best in the Premier League, but I think Neville was better than him. He was just outstanding. He made the game look easy. He was different. Neville always will be different, but he made saves, and I go, what about that save? It's just a save.
Yeah.
That one at Tottenham, just a save. He doesn't gloat. He was just outstanding. I knew that if I let it go, if Rats didn't get him, never get him behind me. And he made some outstanding saves, but what a goalkeeper. For me, the best in the world of that generation.
As I mentioned, I was born in '98, and just to conclude, if you could pick someone to play alongside you at centre half of Everton of the last 15 years, who'd you go for? For me, if I was to pick, I'm inclined to me ball playing centre halves. I love John Stones.
John Stones, possibly, yeah.
I'd probably go for
I think I'd like to play alongside Richard Gough as well.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was a very good footballer. Again, we probably got him too late in his career. Same with Nigel Martin when he came a bit too late in his career. But Richard Gough was a good footballer, as well as a good defender. But maybe John Stones, me and John Stones. I'd probably tell him not to do that drag back in the 6-yard box. I'd probably kick him into the stands. But I'm the old-fashioned at the far. I was told to get rid of it and not take chances. But the new way they play football now, they're encouraged to play football. And are we producing footballers rather than defenders? Yeah. And that's my big worry with football now. But I think I'll go with Richard Gough. I'm going to be different. I'm going to go with Richard Gough.
Fair enough. Just finally, looking forward to tonight?
Yes, very much so. Done all the work for it. I found more rubbish in my loft than I had, as Rob Sloan will probably tell you. But it's good to be back together. I'm looking forward to the film, and I'm more looking forward to the chats afterwards with a few beers around to get back together and reminiscent as a group of lads, rather than people saying you did this. As a group of lads mentioning games and coming back to memories.
Brilliant, thoroughly deserve it.
Cheers.
Thank you, Derek.
Thanks a lot.
Excellent.